man humping bear.
The man humping the bear.
Well, it just looks like the guy is having a bit too much fun with the bear.
I know that it's like fondly referred to as man humping bear by all the students.
Like bestiality, some Beauty and the Beast kind of stuff, but like
I can't help but, you know, get the guy does bear from behind vibe from it a little bit, but
Guys, freaking going at it with the bear, man.
It kind of just looks like a big blob of rock. It doesn't really look like anything to me, to be honest. I didn't know what it was until somebody told me that it's apparently a cougar, but it's a rock.
I first saw it and I was a little confused. I looked at it in more detail and I noticed that it kind of looked a little sexual, and that made me more confused. But now I've just come to accept it, and I think it's an integral part of Western Washington.
I know it has some, or like when I first started here, I knew it had something to do with conservation, but I like to remember it as man humping bear because it's more well known as that.
Well, when I first got here, I was playing Pokemon Go, and so I just thought of it as a Pokestop because it's a Pokestop, and so I was like, oh yeah, get them streaks, catch them things.
It looks like they're just looking up and going like, oh my God, look at all the stars, but it doesn't matter because there's clouds everywhere and we can't see the stars because this is Washington. We don't know what a sun is. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're looking at two completely different angles. It's weird. I just sit on top of it.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't look at it a whole lot as I'm walking past. I have noticed it before, and you know, it's interesting. I can't help but enjoy it a little bit, I guess.
Oh!
It's supposed to be like conservation of animals. Environmentalism.
Okay, that makes sense for Western.
Oh wait.
But they're in a bar. Well, I guess like it's impressive that he got a cougar to sit on his lap without mauling him.
I think it's interesting. I think it's definitely the most Western statue you could possibly find, considering it's all about conservation and saving the animals, and that's such a huge part of Western. But
I see.
It's kind of like a commentary on environmentalism.
Okay.
Yeah. So what do you think of that?
That's fitting. I feel like it's a good story for the statue itself. It's much better than what I had in mind.
Well, that's actually a pretty cool story now that I know what it is. I think it fits in pretty well with Western's whole idea of environmentalism and conservation. Really proud of that. That's actually a really cool story. I just thought it was called man humping bear like everybody else on this campus. So that's actually pretty interesting, especially because it comes from a folk tale. I didn't know that. Yeah.
That is a surprise. That's not what I saw when I first looked at it. I don't think I would have ever came to that conclusion on my own without hearing that. Wow. Creativity. Art is very creative.
Okay. Yeah.